Football fans far and wide, welcome to episode 2 of the Football VE Football Podcast. Today we'll continue in our NFL fantasy football position ranking series with wide receivers. So this is the position that wins your league. Receivers get yards in big chunks because, the ball is moving in the air where there's no friction. Almost all leagues are PPR at this point, so you're getting an extra point just for catching the ball before even counting the yards. Could be even a 1 yard pass or even a catch for -9 yards, and you're still getting net positive gain points wise. This is the position to get the best players early. So if you have flex positions, my advice is to fill them all with the top receivers. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting at number 32 with DeAndre Hopkins from the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, if not for the 6-game suspension, he'd be ranked much higher than this. But even 11 games of Hopkins is more valuable than 17 games of most other receivers, given his elite ability. So DeAndre Hopkins at number 32. And number 31, we have Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Old reliable here, has been great for a couple years now. One of the best slot type receivers in the league. Great overall situation with Tom Brady at quarterback. The issues I see here are just less opportunities than before with Julio Jones and Russell Gage being added to the roster. I think their tight ends, Kyle Rudolph, Cameron Brate, and rookie Cade Otton are going to get used a lot. Also, he has some injury concerns. Otherwise, he's a really good receiver. So, number 31, Chris Godwin. At number 30, we have Treylon Burks from the Tennessee Titans. He's a rookie. He's explosive and has really good burst. Technically, he's the number 2 receiver behind Robert Woods, but I think he'll ultimately eclipse him. He needs to become a little more polished with route running, and the QB situation isn't great, but he has the opportunity to be really good as the season progresses. So, number 30, we have Treylon Burks. At number 29, I got Kadarius Toney from the New York Giants. Really good, shifty player. Gives a lot of effort to, elude and break tackles. Could really break out this year. There's only 2 things going against him, and they're fairly significant. He has a terrible quarterback situation, and he's already had multiple types of injury issues as a rookie. And so when I see players that have injuries that early on, you start to get wary. But if you watch tape of this guy, he looks like an exceptional receiver, but his situation is keeping him down the slow. So number 29, Kadarius Toney. Number 28 here I have Devontae Parker from the New England Patriots. I'm a big fan of this guy. Has been in bad offenses in Miami, and he's finally being set free here. So he's going to be Mac Jones's best target in New England, and I think he has really big breakout potential. So at number 28, Devontae Parker. Number 27, I have Michael Thomas of the New Orleans Saints. Has obvious best receiver in the league potential. Just so many questions surrounding his health and mentality about football. He's still young with big potential, and I'd say if you can grab him late in the draft, he could be a huge steal. So number 27, Michael Thomas. Number 26, I have Drake London from the Atlanta Falcons. He's a rookie with a ton of promise. He's a number one receiver in Atlanta, going to be in the best situation of all rookie receivers. Will get a ton of targets. Only issue is had an early injury in preseason, so the durability will be tested. But I think he's poised to have a really good season. So 26, Drake London. 25, I got Devonta Smith from the Philadelphia Eagles. One of the best pure receivers in the league. Amazing Heisman career at Alabama, then very promising rookie career in the league thereafter. Only issue is his slight build. Needs to build leg muscle. Not too much so as to kill his speed, but just enough to avoid injuries, and I think he'll really excel this year. So at 25, Devonta Smith. At 24, I got Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins. He has exceptional speed and ability. All depends on the quarterback Tua's development. He's going to lose many targets to Tyreek Hill, who's really transcendent and who you'll see ranked much higher here. But Jalen Waddle did a tremendous job at being a possession receiver and really racking up the possessions and yards and PPR points last year. And I think he won't do as much this year, but I think it'll be just enough to give him really good value. So at number 24, Jalen Waddle. Number 23, I have Courtland Sutton from the Denver Broncos. There's many people that are high on him this season. He's coming off a bad injury. He has some good skills, but I think Jerry Jeudy is going to surpass him this year. He's a great receiver, which is why I have him here at 23. But I don't think it's going to be any higher than that. So at 23, Courtland Sutton. Number 22 here, I have Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks. Admittedly playing with the worst quarterback in the league, the worst starting quarterback in the league, Geno Smith, but has too much talent and ability to get open and make catches. He'll likely excel more when Drew Lock inevitably takes the job a few weeks in. So I'll look forward to that, where his production will definitely increase. So at 22, we have Tyler Lockett. At 21, I got Allen Robinson from the Los Angeles Rams. This guy's poised for a breakout, finally playing with a legitimate quarterback in Stafford. So long as Stafford, stays healthy and gets through the elbow issues, it's a great landing spot for Allen. Him and Cooper Kupp are a scary, scary combo. So I got Allen Robinson at number 21. At 20 here, I have Mike Williams from the Los Angeles Chargers. Slightly behind, his teammate, which you'll see in the next coming pick here. He's a traditional big body X receiver, developing well and has one of the best quarterbacks in the league with Herbert. So number 20, Mike Williams. And at number 19, Keenan Allen here, as I mentioned before, from the Los Angeles Chargers. Extremely reliable possession receiver, playing with one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Herbert. He does it every year. He has a lot of evidence towards it. So at number 19, Keenan Allen. At number 18 here, I have Michael Pittman from the Indianapolis Colts. Based on volume, this is where I have him. He'll likely get a ton of targets in this offense. He's a heritage receiver, of course, has it in his blood, given his father's prowess at the position. His body type is conducive to being great at this position. So at 18, I have Michael Pittman. 17, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Detroit Lions. He's really excelled, the second half of the season, or the second half of last season when he was given a chance. He's somewhere between a Y receiver and an X receiver. He's a hybrid. He has great catching ability, especially in the clutch, which is rare for receivers. He was known to come up with really big catches at the end of games. So I think he'll benefit greatly from, as this team continues to excel this year. And really, they can only go up from last year. There were a lot of games where they were really close and they should have won. And I think that they're going to be winning at least a few more this year. And St. Brown is going to be better for it. So at 17, Amon-Ra St. Brown. 16, we have Jerry Jeudy from the Denver Broncos. I'm confident he'll be Wilson's go-to target. As mentioned before, he's the most talented receiver on the Broncos, despite the Courtland Sutton hype I'm seeing. He's in a much better situation with this coach and this quarterback this year. And we've all seen his elite receiver ability when he was in college at Alabama. But he finally gets a chance to show that in the league this year, and I think he will. So 16, Jerry Jeudy. 15 here, we got Rashad Bateman from the Baltimore Ravens. He's the number one receiver now with Hollywood Brown in Arizona. I will say Lamar Jackson's lack of downfield throwing accuracy limits him a little bit, but from what I've seen, he's a tremendous receiver with a tremendous opportunity. He has a very he has the body of an X receiver, and he's going to be able to outmuscle a lot of defensive backs. And to be honest, I'm low-key hoping Tyler Huntley takes over at quarterback because I think he'd really, really excel then. So at 15, Rashad Bateman. 14, T. Higgins, Cincinnati Bengals. It's really textbook the way he catches the ball. He high points it. He goes after it rather than letting it fall to him. He reminds me of Larry Fitzgerald in that way. Was a huge reason they made a Super Bowl run last year. Still somehow behind Jamar Chase on the depth chart. So Bengals are scary good at the wide receiver position, and they might be the best wide receiver duo. So 14, T. Higgins. 13, Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've had him many years in fantasy, and he weirdly gets bad injuries during the game and leaves the game for an extended period of time, but then comes back into the game. He's great when healthy, but these intra-game injuries are always strange, and he's always known to miss some time. He's kind of a high risk, high reward. Again, a great number one receiver, but these strange kind of injuries he has sometimes keep him down here at number 13. So Mike Evans at number 13. At 12, we got Deebo Samuel from the San Francisco 49ers. Many rankings have him higher, but he runs too much for my liking, and by that I mean as a running back essentially. So I know people think that's a good thing since he gets more touches, but really he's just more prone to pain from defensive linemen and linebackers. More prone to injury. Him and Christian McCaffrey seem to be the most overused offensive players in the league, and that really jeopardizes longevity of careers. But with all that being said, he's a great receiver, fast, elusive, great catcher of the ball. Trey Lance should use him as often as possible this year. So 12, Deebo Samuel. At 11, we have CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys. He's a speedy, skilled receiver in a great situation as the wide receiver one with Amari Cooper gone. Dak is going to look for him often, particularly because, in the beginning of the season while Michael Gallup is out, so he's going to have some great opportunities in a really good offense on a really good team. So 11, CeeDee Lamb. At 10, we have Stephon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills, one of the best possession receivers in the league with one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He led the league in receptions and receiving yards in 2020 a couple years ago and repeated, great numbers, not as great last year. The reason he's relatively low compared to most rankings this year is I don't think he has the body type to win those deep balls, those contested balls against bigger defensive backs. And he's starting to get a little bit older, so I'm anticipating a very slight regression for him. So I have Stephon Diggs at number 10. Number 9, I had DJ Moore from the Carolina Panthers. Seemed like he was involved in every single offensive, series for the Panthers last year. It seems like he got a catch every single series. He's a young, high volume pass catcher with great quickness and elusiveness, and I really think he'll take the next step this year. So number 9, DJ Moore. Number 8 here, I have Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders. Consistently highly praised by his peers. Known to be, probably the most technical receiver in the league. Very gifted, but continues to toil in subpar quarterback situations with a terrible franchise and the Commanders that often underutilize their great talent. If Wentz can somehow have a resurgence this year, McLaurin will definitely be the biggest winner. So Terry McLaurin at number 8. Number 7, I have DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks. He's a physical freak. He competed competitively for the Olympics as a sprinter. He's 6'4", 230 pounds, which is competing as an Olympic sprinter at that size and speed is unheard of. No receiver in the league has a higher upside than this guy, but unfortunately, he just signed a multi-year contract with a team coached by Pete Carroll. With any luck, Pete will get fired and replaced by an offensive guru that'll maximize this guy's potential. With that being said, even the residue of this subpar situation will result in a better year than most other receivers. So at 7, DK Metcalf. At 6, we have A.J. Brown from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm really anticipating a breakout season for this guy. He has an upgrade at QB with Jalen Hurts, an upgrade at receiving colleague with Devonta Smith, and with Dallas Goedert at tight end. An upgrade in linemen that can block and let him run, full routes. So I think more of his potential will be revealed this year. AJ Smith at number 6. Getting into the top 5 here, I have at number 5 Ja'Marr Chase from the Cincinnati Bengals. This guy really hustled us last year. He hustled us all last year. He dropped all those passes in the preseason just to get expectations nice and low. Then all of a sudden, when the games start to count, he becomes one of the best receivers in the league. He has a nose for the end zone. I think he had 13 touchdowns last year. He's an excellent receiver with a great quarterback and fellow receiver T. Higgins, as I mentioned before, to take pressure off him with other defensive backs. So I think he's in for another great year. This is only going to be his second year in the league. So at number 5, I have Ja'Marr Chase. Number 4 here, we have Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins. He's the most dangerous receiver in the league speed-wise. He makes something out of nothing, like a magician. He, turns 5-yard hitches into 50-yard gains like an alchemist. No one's faster. No one's more explosive than this cheetah. At number 4, Tyreek Hill. Number 3, we have Cooper Kupp from the Los Angeles Rams. He's a possession receiver par excellence. I mean, extremely intelligent and technical route runner. Really skilled at avoiding contact. I noticed too, as much as one possibly can playing this position. Having Allen Robinson now alongside him to take pressure off moving forward is going to be very beneficial. I even think he's immune to any kind of quarterback complication if Stafford's elbow issues worsen, because whoever replaces Stafford will have an open Kupp nearby to drink down 7-yard gains in by the leader. So Cooper Kupp at number 3. Number 2, I have Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings. Has pretty much everything you want in a receiver: size, speed, game-breaking ability, high volume, quarterback that knows how to find him, and a receiving companion in Thielen that's annoying enough to keep defensive backs distracted. And on top of all that, he's got the swag, the showmanship that's always entertaining for the crowd. So this guy's really got it all. So I think at number 2 we got Justin Jefferson. And number 1, finally, we have Davante Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. I know most rankings are lowering him this year since moving from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr. And I'm here to tell you I don't understand that, since, Derek Carr is a tremendous quarterback. Yes, a tremendous quarterback that's never had a receiver like Davante Adams to make him look good. Plus, Derek Carr uniquely likes to throw the ball a little bit higher, lofting it almost to get more. He does it usually to get more pass interference calls, but Davante Adams' skill set is catching the ball at the highest point and running really, really good routes. So this is actually a great pairing. I think it's going to be one of the best pairings in the league. So Davante Adams at number 1. So just to recap the rankings here, number 1 Davante Adams, number 2 Justin Jefferson, number 3 Cooper Kupp, number 4 Tyreek Hill, number 5 Ja'Marr Chase, number 6 AJ Brown, number 7 DK Metcalf, number 8 Terry McLaurin, number 9 DJ Moore, number 10 Stephon Diggs, number 11 CeeDee Lamb, number 12 Deebo Samuel, number 13 Mike Evans, number 14 T Higgins, number 15 Rashad Bateman, number 16 Jerry Jeudy, number 17 Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 18 Michael Pittman, number 19 Keenan Allen, number 20 Mike Williams, 21 Allen Robinson, 22 Tyler Lockett, 23 Courtland Sutton, 24 Jalen Waddle, 25 Devonta Smith, 26 Drake London, 27 Mike Thomas, 28 Devonta Parker, 29 Kadarius Toney, 30 Treylon Burks, 31 Chris Godwin, 32 DeAndre Hopkins. So that's our wide receiver list. The That's our wide receiver ranking for the 2022 fantasy football season. I want to know what your opinion on this list is. Let me know, what your thoughts are in the comments section. What would you have done differently? I look forward to reading some of those. You can follow us here on Instagram at football_v_football. Follow us on Twitter at fballvfball. Follow us and subscribe on YouTube. The channel is Football v Football. This is also available in podcast form on Anchor and Spotify at, again, Football v Football. And if you'd like to, kindly support the podcast, we're on Ko-fi, and the site there is ko-fi.com/football v football. So that'll bring today's episode to a close. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and have a fantastic day, football fans.